Varkey's and Francis, both of you guys, just how have things been adjusting, coming in, I guess, a little bit later, but how things have been adjusting? What do you think of Fayetteville and the university?
With me coming in, I just came in ready to work, came in ready to adapt. It's been good, as in coming in during the summertime, got some good work, started to learn the offense, and now going into fall camps, going over the install again and still learning from here and getting better every day.
I mean, my adjustment's been a little bit different because I had Coach Souders all last summer, so I kind of knew what to expect there. But other than that, it was a little bit frustrating, kind of being a fifth-year guy, having known the offense for the last 4 years and going into summer kind of just focusing on the physical side of it. And this summer's been very mentally challenging trying to learn this offense. But, I mean, I don't know how, but Coach Turner somehow got me to fall in love with, like, the X's and the O's side of football, and I'm really, I think for the first time in my football career, like, enjoying that part of it. So, I mean, it's been a great transition.
Tyrus, you had that 17-yard touchdown in the bowl game, kind of a springboard, I guess, maybe for you into the spring. How have you come along? I know that, like I said, springboard you a lot in the spring, but how, since the spring, where have been your biggest areas of development?
Since that touchdown, I think really it was a confidence booster. But really, I've been trying to like forget it since it's in the past. Got to move to the future, and right now I've just been focusing on finishing catches, finishing blocks, putting people on the ground, and just being more physical and leading the way for other guys and being a better leader all around for transfers, freshmen, whoever here. Just trying to be a leader since back's here right now, but back's gonna be here next year, and I'm trying to be that guy for the guys when they're not here.
Tyrus, for you, I mean, Coach Turner, it's his first year. What have you picked up from him that maybe has been a little bit different from what you learned last year?
Oh, a lot of more details. I think details are very, like, big in the game. Like, I know our last offense, they'll tell you, like, go get that guy. But, like, this one, they'll tell you how to get to that guy, how to combo to that guy, or, like, help you tackle and get to that guy. It's just a lot of more small details that he knows about the game that help, like, makes it easier and helps the offense better and helps everyone else better.
And then last year, you kind of had an interesting situation with the red shirt where you were able to play in the bowl game. What was that situation like where you asked for the red shirt and then when you found out you were going to get to play in the bowl game?
I think I was happy. I actually called my mom and told her, like, after that I was going to play in the game, and Pittman was hyping me up in the weight room and stuff about it. And then he told Morgan that I could play, and Morgan's eyes lit up. And then it was just a great moment, knowing I could showcase what I could do, basically.
Yeah. Varkey's and Francis, Morgan was just here saying that you guys kind of fell in love, or this place surprised you. What was it that surprised you when you got here and made you want to come?
I mean, have you ever interacted with Coach Pittman?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, Coach Pittman, and I had just saw the offense, and I was like, yeah, this got to be the place for tight ends, and it fit tight ends well.
Tight end.
And Ty, Morgan also said something about the returning guys when these two and Luke comes in and Shamar, that you guys welcome. Can you maybe talk about what your mentality was on, here comes all these guys in the room now?
I think big, just focus on myself, because I don't, like, a lot of people get caught up in who's coming in, whatever that. Just focus on yourself and most likely help the team better, to be honest. Like, they coming in, you got to help them. Either way, it can't just be two tight ends on the field. We run a lot of 12 personnel, so we're going to rotate either way. So how I feel about it, they focus on themselves. If they need help, I got them, or I'll help them, or anyway. It's a brotherhood. It don't really matter.
Ty, when Coach Enos was here before, he used the tight ends more than Coach Sprouse. I'm talking about in the passing game. Is that something you're looking forward to if that holds true now?
Most definitely.
Like to see the ball a little bit more?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I think every tight end likes to get one touch at least a little bit, so it should be great. This offense, I think, is going to be great towards tight ends blocking and passing. So,
for Keith, the other day, KJ was in here Saturday. He praised you. He's talked about he can tell you've played a lot of football, and stuff. Just talk about KJ as a quarterback, how it's been catching passes from him.
From catching passes with KJ, he's real accurate with the ball. So he's like, he can see the whole field because he's like 6'4", so he can see the whole field. He's real accurate with the ball. I'm just getting in, just keep trying to learn the offense and keep learning the offense and getting better every day.
You with KJ as well?
It's weird seeing a quarterback bigger than me. I mean, that's the first thing. But, I mean, you can just tell he knows what he's doing. And then, I mean, earlier on in summer, I didn't really know what I was doing, and every time I asked him, he told me easily what to do. He knew exactly what to do, and he wasn't like demeaning about it. He kind of understood that, hey, I've been here for a week and a half, and I don't really know anybody, but he was always very eager to help and kind of take that extra mile.
Francis, I'm curious how or in what ways Coach Turner kind of helped you fall in love with the X's and O's of the offense, and what would you kind of classify your strengths as?
I mean, I'm pretty sure like Coach Pittman has said that they brought me here to block and kind of do what I've done a lot of in the past and kind of help these guys and show them how to kind of get nasty down there in the trenches. But, I mean, I honestly don't know how Coach Turner did it. I think it's just the way that he teaches, and he goes from, like, such small details to the point where all of a sudden it clicks, light bulb goes off, and you see the whole picture for gap scheme, zone scheme, whatever it is. And I've kind of just – I guess I've just fallen in love with it. And it's not like the meetings where you sit through and they drag on and they drag on. All of a sudden the horn goes off, and I'm like, oh, wow, an hour just went by. And I think the other guys will vouch for that, and it's been a good camp so far in that regard.
Hey, Marquis, you were very productive catching the ball at North Texas. I was wondering, do you feel like it's realistic to put up similar numbers here, or how do you feel about that?
Oh, yes, sir. I feel like I can put up way more numbers than I did at North Texas because the way Coach Enos calls the game plan and the way this offense is made around tight ends, I could see myself going for way more than that.
And then, Luke's probably not your typical true freshman. Maybe if each of you just maybe you could start, Francis. Just what's your all's take on Luke? What he brings to the room? How he's doing?
I don't know that I've ever seen a freshman, let alone a tight end, with just like the talent that Luke has. So I mean, I don't know. He's obviously the best freshman tight end I've ever seen, and he may very well likely be the best tight end in general that I've ever seen. I think the sky's the limit for that kid, and he brings it every day with his work ethic. And I think it would be really easy for a kid with as much natural talent as him to kind of take a foot back in the weight room or maybe not be responsible outside of here. And he's got the mentality of a fifth year. So I think the sky really is the limit for him.
Me with Luke, Luke's special. He real special. He the first freshman that I saw that really just goes out there, give his best, and looks like he been in this for like 3 years or 4 years. Like he looked comfortable out there. So I say this every time and every day I say see Luke. He's special, real special, and he should have a big year this year.
I'm going to piggyback off on that, but if ball's in the air, he's going to go get it regardless. And if it's one-on-one, he's going to win. So.
Didn't you guys face Dylan, his brother, much in practice? And if so, what's your take on Dylan? If you haven't faced him, don't worry about it.
He's a physical dude. Like, he's small but mighty. Like, he brings a punch to him for real. And I know him and Luke be going after it in practice a lot when they, like, see each other. Like, a brotherly thing. It's funny. But Dylan's getting there. He's a real dog, I think, for real.
I guess he played all spring with a broken hand.
And, yeah.
What'd you think about that?
He used that club a lot. He used that club to get off and block and stab. Whatever he had to do, he used it, and he was doing his thing with it. And use your advantage. I like it.
Francis, I know you didn't catch a lot of balls at Louisville, and you just talked about you came here to get nasty in the trenches. But do you think maybe you're maybe an underrated receiver and maybe surprise some folks with your pass catching?
Oh, 100%. I do think I'm a lot more athletic than I've showcased in the past, and I think that these coaches have been kind of surprised with what I've been able to do in the passing game because, I mean, there's not much of it on film, but I do look forward to, if they call for it, me getting the ball in my hands. But, I mean, I'm just going to do whatever they ask me to.
Coach Turner's kind of resume speaks for itself a little bit, but what were some of y'all's first impressions of him when you met him, and was there, like, kind of an immediate respect factor just with the guys that he's kind of put into the league?
Yes, I like to say when I first met him, actually, we sat in his office and I asked him, because me personally, I like when I get coaches yell a lot and like they're trying to coach you hard, but like it's a certain extent where they need to just get the message across. And he told me, he was like, I don't yell. He was like, I'm going to just tell you what to do and do it. If you can't do it, you can't do it. If you can, you can. And I respect that. Like, that's just big to me. Like, me personally, I feel like you can yell, but like sometimes you just need to, all players are different, so sometimes you just need to actually just communicate and talk normally. and he's great. I love it. I love that side.
Yeah, and piggyback off what Ty said, he's more of a teacher instead of a yeller. He teaches first. He don't do too much yelling because when he teaches it to you, you should get it by then, and you shouldn't make the same mistake again.
You were one of the higher ranked guys in the portal. Just what sold you on Arkansas?
What sold me on Arkansas was it was a lot. Coming out of high school, I had some big offers that they pulled away from that I plan on seeing during the season. And then this offense is just perfect for tight ends, and then it kind of fit the offense that I came from with at North Texas with Seth Luttrell with the 2 tight end sets. So yeah.
Tyrus, you were here in the spring. You got to see Luke. I think he's put on some weight. Where have you seen him grow the most since the spring?
I like to say passing game big because like he's bigger now. So when he runs a route, they kind of bounce off. If you like give him a wing or something, he can actually like get him off of him a little bit more better. So it just helps his game better to get open and catch balls. It just makes him better in general. And he's aggressive in the blocking game either way. So he's gonna put his head in there regardless.
Ty, what have you seen from the revamped secondary right now? Obviously, a lot of newcomers there. I know you guys might not go directly against them as tight ends, but what are you seeing from their development right now?
I say that secondary since the scrimmage, they can go. They real. I think they're deadly for real. But I see guys flying around. They rotating guys a lot. It's depth. It's just we didn't have that last year. Depth. If somebody went down, it was hard to like fit somebody in that could do the same thing. This year, it's like you got somebody else coming in that's just as good or even better, to be honest. So I think we're gonna be good either way. The defense is gonna be nice. It's gonna be real good either way. They dogs.
Francis, I'm curious, the nasty streak side of your game or part of your game, where did that come from, or is it just kind of always been a part of you?
I mean, probably my junior and senior year, sitting on my bed crying that nobody wanted to give me an opportunity. So, I mean, I think I go out there every time with a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. And kind of like Keith said, I got some stuff that I want to be able to cross off on the lists and kind of make people regret a lot of decisions they made. And, I mean, I'm in the SEC West now, and there's no better place to do it.
When you got in the portal, like who all was communicating with you?
A lot more schools than I thought. I mean, I think I'll just leave it at that. I think it was a good time to be a tight end and get in the portal. But, I mean, Coach Pittman calls you, it changes things. And that's kind of how it went for me.
Where do you guys want to take this? I mean, and some tight ends are kind of honorary offensive linemen. I know you guys want to catch passes, but what's your take on the offensive line through camp so far?
I know we got one young guy, Kudus, and he is doing his thing. I think he just turned 19. Matter of fact, last weekend. Yeah, he turned 19. He's been 18 playing like that, and he's a big kid, and that's wild to me. And then the older guys are helping lead the way for the twos coming in, and it's just gonna be great, I think, because the twos got experience. Also, I think the O-line's gonna be solid this year, all around. It's gonna be solid.
That was a great job.